Hey, how's everyone doing? Just gonna stick this here. It's a little windy out here, so I figured if I put my earbuds in, at least my video could be listened to, right? So I'm doing this earlier than I normally do. I got a bunch of things to do. I just wanted to wrap things up here for me. Also reach out to my friends. I'm just gonna go see who is out there. So just bear with me a second. Just tagging a few of you. And why not? I just randomly tagged a few people. I like having fun like that. That's kind of cool. Seeing who's active out there as part of my Facebook friends, and just thought, oh, I just randomly tag some people, see who wants to jump on, see what you all are doing out there. How's everyone doing? What are you guys up to? What are you guys and girls up to out there? What's life looking like for you? How are you? I just had a private message from somebody in Sweden, which is really cool. I'll have to reach back out there in a second, which is okay. Hey Brian, how you doing? Great to see you. I just sent out a wave to you. Thanks Brian, thank you for reaching out here. How you doing out there? In sunny Florida. Guys are like 5 hours behind over here, so it's a good afternoon to you. I hope it's a great day for you where you're at. Hey Zara, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're well. You're doing great. I'm glad you're doing great, Brian. That's awesome. What are you guys up to? You guys are in North Florida, right? Am I right? Awesome. So yeah, it's just I'm closing out my day earlier, and it's been a good day. I'm glad it's been a good day for you. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. That's great. So I'm always curious, with the more time that we've ever had done before. You just got back from Walmart. Enjoy Walmart. That's not a place I want to hang out. I'm curious. How are you finding value in yourself as a person? Like, how are you adding value into yourself? What does that look like, feel like, taste like, sound like? What has this experience that we've all fundamentally gone through, how have you been able to invest the more time that you've had than you've ever had? What does that look like? What have you done? How have you showed up differently? What new skills have you learned? Are you learning a new language, an instrument? Are you Have you changed your business? What does your workouts look like? What's your nutrition look like? What's your mindset like? I'm curious, just with all the time that we've had, and we're all in this together, what have you done differently to how you were and what you did before? You're doing a ton of personal development reading. That's awesome. Hey there, Mark. How you doing? Great to see you. Hey Diane, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. If any of you want to jump on this with me, I am really happy. Some of you who join, it has the option in the tag to say bring them on camera. So you are welcome to join me. Be happy to find out what's going on with you, how you're crushing it, what you're doing in your life. I'm really into personal growth and personal development, and things have turned around in my life significantly in the last several months. So any one of you want to jump on, you are more than welcome to. Hey there, Paul, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Just acknowledge you, just send you a wave. Hey there, Mark. I feel like if you're still there, I want to bring you on. I want to bring a friend of mine on, Mark. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. If you've got to go coach, or if you're busy, that's absolutely fine. But I want to bring you on here. Just woke up from a nap, I'm not ready. That's absolutely fine, Diane. You're good there. Brian just said he just got back from Walmart. I don't believe him, he's winding me up. You guys don't hang out there, seriously? I'm going to invite Mark to come on if he wants to join. If not, that's absolutely fine. Doing something a little bit different here. Mark, a friend of mine in the fitness industry. He's got a great mindset, self-belief, is a great coach, helps people a bunch. Hey Paul, doing great out here, outside of my office, working in the hills, out in the countryside. Love it. I was teeing it up. I know he is. Hey, I understand a lot more about the North American sense of humour than what you guys give me credit for. I've been around a lot of friends from the United States since I was very young, so I have to memory many years of hanging out with friends from America. So I really get your sense of humour. It's quite funny. It's a lot different to the sense of humour in my country over here. Who else has jumped on? Hey Jody, how you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining. Hey there Wayne, great to see you. Thank you for joining. For those of you who just joined, I was just saying a few minutes ago, curiously, what have you decided to do differently that you didn't specifically do differently before we all needed to be in our own homes? Notice I decide not to use the terms that we have become so acquainted with in society. And I do that intentionally because I sense and feel that the words that we use carry either a lower vibrational energy or a higher vibrational energy. And I'm very sensitive to that because here's the thing, it does have either a higher or a lower effect upon us, how we use the phrases and describe the things that we describe. So for me, in my personal development journey and growth, I'm more self-aware than I ever have been about the words I choose to use out loud, the actions I take, the deeds I do, the thoughts I have, the intentions I have, and how I show up. And for a lot of people that may sound a lot, but here's the thing. Go try it. It absolutely works. And things start happening in your life way differently than what you ever thought before. Paul was just saying, having lived in the States, it took a while for him to get used to the sense of humour. I also know state to state, person to person, that sense of humour is so different. But there is definitely a different flavour, in a cool way, in the North American sense of humour than what there is over here, which I think is really cool. Hey, that's awesome feedback. Thank you, Diane. Let me just read that out if I may. You've been working on yourself, becoming stronger, more courageous and more decisive. Also been making a point of staying positive, kind, loving, while going deeper into myself and seeing what I need to think about and change within myself. Thank you so much. I think that's so awesome. Thank you for being open and sharing and giving into this live. I really appreciate that. I really value your comment there. Thank you so much. Been writing a bit about more. Okay, working on a couple of books and taking notes for one. That's so awesome. That's awesome. Isn't that great? Because every single one of us, I was just on a call with a friend of mine in Texas, and I was talking to this friend of mine in Texas, and we agreed that in the call we all have exactly the same thing in common, and that's time. It hasn't come from me, that's come from a guy called Jim Rohn. You all don't know who Jim Rohn is, go research Jim Rohn. Awesome coach. Has been many people's coach over the years. Eric Worre from GoPro, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, many others. So all the famous coaches out there now, as I said, people like Eric Worre, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, all still very much around and killing it out there with their coaching and their awesome habits and actions and things that they've done in their lives for 30, 40 years. All had the same coach, Jim Rohn. I mean, he's awesome. So he said we all have the same amount of time, and how we decide to use that time is where we're going to be. Where we are now is where we are going to be with what we do now in the next 5 years. Friends, the money we earn, the attitudes and beliefs that we have. Now here's the thing. If I decide to be on an intentional journey every single day to be better than I was the previous day and work on myself, and to release, surrender ego, and become really clear and intentional into the life that I deserve and who I want to help and why, and really sharpen that why, wouldn't you agree that the next 5 years is going to be very different from the 5 years that I've had? And that's open to every single one of us. And there's obviously those of you out there who are crushing it and reaching those places for yourself. What have you said there, Brian? Let me just read that. Yes, Diane, I love Jim Rohn's work. I consider him a mentor when I read his... Yeah, he's awesome. I love Jim Rohn. He's so awesome. You looked about racial inequality. For me, it wasn't so much about being racist as much as not being aware of it. Absolutely. So, massive out there at the moment in choosing to be aware of others. And in not making that choice, we actually contribute to something that is quite a challenge out there still. So giving space for others in our heart and showing up in a different way, going out of our way to learn, to have empathy, to have compassion, to have more heart, to have more space, to have more knowledge, to seek to learn. That's a great way of showing up. What else have we got here? Right, I get that. So, thank you for everything that you're sharing out there. Really appreciate that, Diane. Really appreciate that, Brian. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. Paul, you said something. Hope is like the beam of sunlight rising up and above the horizon of our present circumstances. It pierces the darkness with a brilliant dawn. Be positive. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I love that. Did you just write that out of inspiration just now? Or was that something that you read, that you heard in an audible, that you saw on YouTube? Was that someone that you heard it from specifically? Or was that something that came as kind of intuitive inspiration? But either way, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that out, Paul. I really appreciate that. Isn't it great that we can visit together? And I say this quite a lot. It's like everybody jumps on my lives. None of us knows. You guys don't know each other. You know me as a friend in Facebook, either as a friend that I knew personally or someone that is a new friend now. But here's the thing, aren't we all part of the same human family? And isn't it amazing that we can all learn and grow and evolve and develop together? So I want to thank everybody for adding in and contributing to this Facebook Live. I really appreciate your shares, and I really appreciate and value your friendship and what you've been able to bring to this live. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I just continue to hope that all of us find value in who we are as a person, and that we give ourselves the space that we deserve as a being that's been created and that's here in this world for a purpose, a reason. And wouldn't you agree that right now, with all that's going on still out there, there's still so much time for us to find out what it is that we are, who we are, and where the greatness lies within, to help add to other people and to show up and to create abundance for ourselves and for our loved ones, and to deserve that, because we all deserve everything. No one should feel they live in lack or scarcity or don't have or can't afford or don't deserve because I just never will, it's not for me. Here's the thing, everything is for everybody. Everything is for everybody. There's enough for everybody. It's just 95% of people feel that it isn't. And that, I hope, certainly amongst our own community here, can begin to change with the mindset, certainty of beliefs in me, in you, in us. Hey Nanita, thank you so much for joining. We've got a bunch of us on here. I really appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, night, and good morning to all of you who are listening, who are dialed in now, who have jumped on. I appreciate you. For those who have had to jump off, life still continues to roll and move, so thank you for that. And all those who will visit this live when we're done. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. See ya.